like an entrance into the church out in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they weren't kept hot all the time, but anyway, when you'd go there on a night when they were having the concerts going, you walked into the main entrance and you were in a closed off room. And this closed off room was where everybody would take their coats off and hang them up, you know. And some of the people would be tuning up their guitars and one thing and another. So I got to see a lot of that sort of stuff. And but to make sure that I didn't get outside, my dad used to put me up on top, like a, well, for instance, where that piece of wood is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had this place where when you come in from outside, it was an enclosure. It was probably maybe 8 or 10 feet. I don't really know what it was. I just remember it. And they'd take off their coats and hang them up. But when I was there and my dad and mother were there, they'd take me along, and this place had its finished ceiling. And so they'd put me up on top there and tell me, now, you wait there till Daddy comes back to get you down.
Should leave you up there so you couldn't get off.
Yeah, he always got me down at some stage. And it would be some piece of music that he could waltz to. And he'd be getting me to stand on the toes of his shoes.
Yes.
And then he'd be keeping time and dancing. And he used to say, "Oh, well, you're a good dancer, you know." Anyway.
What lovely memories.
Yes. Unfortunately, I've got them because he didn't last very long. So I've got a lot of memories of what he did and some of the things that we did together. And if my mom and dad were going someplace where there were other children, they might take me along. And so it's always interesting. And these were all little rural places out around West Toronto. So, like Bowmanville on the east side, or on the west side, it would have been Islington and some of the other small villages. And the further north you went, it was into the farmland. And my grandpa Wilson had a farm for a long time. And so I got to see a lot of what it was like in the old days.